Red Dead Redemption 3 is an ongoing topic for fans of the RDR games. Considering the big success of Red Dead Redemption 2, RDR 3 should really be less a question of if, but much more a question of when. We summarize here when you can expect RDR 3 and what the possible location and storyline are. Rockstar Games is renowned for especially two game franchises, namely Grand Theft Auto alias GTA and Red Dead Redemption. While concrete info on GTA 6 are gradually emerging, information about Red Dead Redemption 3 remains scarce. Surprisingly, despite the immense commercial success of Red Dead Redemption 2, released approximately 5 years ago, rumors surrounding its sequel are still limited. It would defy all logical reasoning for Rockstar to abandon one of its most valuable gaming series. Therefore, it is highly likely that Red Dead Redemption will continue to captivate fans. The pressing question that arises is, of course, when can we anticipate the release of Red Dead 3? Here's everything we know by now. Red Dead Redemption 3 not officially in development. Currently, there is no word on whether Rockstar is working on Red Dead Redemption 3 or not. Just recently, rumors were popping up suggesting that Rockstar is working on a Red Dead Redemption remaster. If this turns out to be true, the resources in the development teams will probably be focused on that project and GTA 6 before taking on RDR 3. Considering that GTA is getting its 6th iteration, it's a safe bet that Rockstar will eventually be working on Red Dead Redemption 3 if they don't already have some people going ahead with pre-planning. Remember that Red Dead Redemption 2 was in development for 8 years, and we had to wait until they were significantly along production that we first heard about the game. So far, Rockstar hasn't said anything about the game. The most we got was them talking about the upcoming changes to artificial intelligence in their games. In a presentation a few months back, Rockstar promised the following changes to AI. Improve the responsiveness and quality of humans and animals with lower production costs, machine learning approaches, better parity between AI and player-controlled characters. It is safe to assume that any changes Rockstar introduces to its games will also find their way into Red Dead Redemption 3. That's all we can say for certain right now, but we have enough grounds for speculation. Red Dead Redemption 3 release date, not for a few more years. Without an official confirmation or announcement, we can only speculate when the game will be released. However, if we assume that GTA 6 will probably be released sometime around 2025, Red Dead Redemption 3 could be released around 2030. Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 were released 8 years apart in 2010 and 2018 respectively. Recently, Rockstar has slowed down its own game production to support its games longer and to curb crunch, so another 8-year gap, which would mean 2026 for RDR 3, seems highly unlikely. Shame. RDR 3 possible setting. There are a lot of options for how Red Dead Redemption 3 could play out. Setting-wise, it is safe to assume that we will once again return to America and Mexico. Unfortunately, that would also mean that not much would change. Since Rockstar set its first GTA game in London, and since Peaky Blinders has made people very aware of what Birmingham looked like in 1919, it's not entirely out of the question that Rockstar would set the game in the UK, though it would be the wildest and most surprising of reveals. Red Dead 3 story. As we discussed, the current frontrunner in terms of a story is Landon Ricketts. Ricketts wouldn't stray far from the template set by John Marston and Arthur Morgan, as he is another famed gunslinger whose stories are yet to be told in the game. In Red Dead Redemption 1, we get to meet old Landon Ricketts, but little is known about the story behind the legend, and it's certainly a story that Red Dead fans are craving to explore. Another popular story request is to explore the backgrounds of Charles Smith. Charles was one of the most popular characters in Red Dead Redemption 2, and his story basically writes itself. He was born to a Native American mother and an African American father, and eventually found his way into Ditch's gang. Still, there is a lot of story to be told in between. Charles' ties to Native American tribes and his life as an underground fighter certainly would lend themselves to craft a story around. Also, using Charles Smith as the main character would be a welcome departure from the prototype gunslinger trope, and it would open Red Dead Redemption 3 up to new audiences. Red Dead Redemption 3 probably next-gen exclusive. Whenever RDR 3 is released, you can be relatively sure that Rockstar Games will develop the game for the next-gen consoles from Sony and Microsoft. presumably the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Also, since Red Dead Redemption 2 was released on PC, it's very likely that Red Dead Redemption 3 will be released on the PC as well. But who knows, maybe by then we'll all have moved on to cloud gaming or VR when Red Dead Redemption 3 is finally released. It's very unlikely that RDR3 will be released on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, since it seems that also GTA 6, which will release ahead of Red Dead Redemption 3, will be a next-gen exclusive. In the end, I would say that RDR3 will release after 2030. What do you guys think? Comment your thoughts. That's it for now. Subscribe to support. Your subscribe motivates me to work harder. Signing out, your PrinSanity.